News to hand, just hit the newsroom. Has Rob Woolley cracked the Boomerang Enigma? Is the question. I've been working all day long. I had a phone call with Rob today. Rob made some valid points. He said he had some information that he just wanted to keep between him and I. A philosophy of where Boomerang is heading. What are they trying to accomplish? Why have they been dropping subtle hints to us? The news that we had to hand was in my head, bouncing around like a ping pong ball in a toilet. Because a lot of this shit is just too hard. You can't make this shit up. So I thought, rather than coming home, opening a can of beer and sitting down on the sofa and falling asleep with dribble running out the side of my mouth, rather than cooking dinner for Lockie, who's in the room next door, I thought I'd listen to Rob's last night's live, even though it does have a slight crackle in it. Sorry to say, Rob, I don't know what you're doing there or what's happening. We'll fix it, don't you worry. I listened to this, and all the subtle hints that we've been getting over the last few weeks sort of all come together. Now, we've got a few predictions, and we've got no real evidence that what I'm about to say will actually come to fruition. But there's some unusual things happening. There's a company out there that they've sort of put in our face called trade11.net, I think. And when you watch Trash Shit doing his presentation, we can scoot up on his browser and we see that in his bookmarks he has Trade 11. There's also some other companies out there that are claiming to do some arbitrage trading. Trade like crazy. And Shavez keeps talking about companies that are trying to copy him and companies that are trying to mimic what they are doing. And then we hear things like, he's trying to hide the code. He's doing transactions that aren't on the blockchain. And it doesn't make sense. Why is he dropping these hints? Why is he mentioning that there's people out there that are following him and trying to copy what he's done? And he hasn't even done anything. So I watched Rob's video last night and I had 1 hour sleep. Got up, went to bed at 4 o'clock, and I got up at 5:30 and I went live and we listened to the recording of Shavez doing Wednesday's announcements. Now, I've listened to it 2 or 3 times. Rob's listened to it probably about the same. And every time we listen to it, we hear different subtle things being mentioned over and over again. And it is like subliminal advertising that you're getting. It's really weird. But we don't think he's able to obviously create what he had originally. There's this thing about he's claiming that you can do 10,000 trades a day. That means the 86,000 people they've sold licenses to won't be able to do a trade each day. And even if they were able to do 1 million trades a day, it would mean that they'd only be able to do maybe 10 trades a day. And at the rate of $1 trades, which is on the DApp, and $100 trades that make a profit, if you're lucky, of 80 cents, you're never going to get your money back. So maybe they can't get the system working. Remember Pavel? He was the person that was meant to create it. Where's he gone? So it seems like he's no more. Was he just a paid actor? I've looked at many LinkedIn profiles and I've followed people's, background. I've tried to research Pavel to see who he is, and I can't really find anything decent. In fact, he looks a lot like another Stephen Rees-Lewis, or maybe a Mr. H or a Mrs. H, which they have had involved in the Hypertech Group, who I believe is behind all this. Where's Sam Lee gone? Now we've got Shavez fronting it. He claims in the announcements that he's going to get things certified. In the past, he's made so many claims that it's just stupid. I've got a whole list of 20 claims he's made, like doing audits on the Vault Horizon. That never eventuated. Moving money from one Vault Horizon to another, all the money disappeared. Money going into cash at bank, people getting 3% payouts and the like. It just goes on and on and on. Last night, Rob said he started on one topic and he went on to another. So halfway through, shit got real. We got some really good information from Robert. So I've grabbed his video and I've put it in the back here. And this is what it looks like at the moment. And it's at the very end where Shavez has given all the announcement. Rob has stopped and gave his commentary all the way over it. And then Rob's brain's ticking away. And Rob's thinking, I think I know what he's doing. Now, this is not Rob. This is not me. This is just a theory. Let's just put it in a nutshell. I'm the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. So it would be fair to say after doing this for 2.5, maybe 3 years, I've actually got a good nose for an good old Ponzi scheme. And a Ponzi scheme to me is when you take somebody's money, you don't have a product or a service, but you sell a membership or a license. And then you use the money that you sell the license from to pay other previous investors so they think their investment is safe. So let's just say that the first set of fake arbitrage trading that we looked at, we fully exposed it. There was 9 lines of code, and we found the wallet address that was paying into people's MetaMask wallets the money that they were owed. We also topped up that wallet when it ran dry, and trading started again, which was to our delight. We also went into boomerang.trade, which was a website that got taken off in a hurry. And then they put another website up called app-boomerang.trade. And no one was meant to question the fact, why did we have to get a new domain name? What was wrong with the old one? Why isn't the old one forwarding to the new one? And then we got all the MetaMask warnings. Rob, myself, individually wrote to MetaMask and said, hey, what's going on? Is this a real warning? And they come back and said, yes, it's very real. Do not connect your MetaMask. You're in danger of a phishing scam website. They called Shavez and his team scammers. But in the primetime Zoom and the UK Zoom, they told people to ignore those warnings, and they were claiming that because they weren't finishing arbitrage trading, it was only a simulation, that it wasn't real arbitrage trading going on. So that's why they got flagged to MetaMask. Even though MetaMask provide an area where you can go there and, correspond with them and tell them what you're doing wrong, they never did that. In fact, we found another domain name associated with their domain name called boomeranginfotech.com. Is this going to be the new domain name that they drop in the next 24 hours? Yes, Shavez said in 2 days' time, they're not going to do a launch. It's just going to be going. So what do we think is actually going to happen? Now, I could be completely wrong. Rob's theories that he's about to say could be completely wrong. But someone always said to me, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. I'm going to call this a Ponzi scheme. And I'm going to call it a Ponzi scheme because they're talking about opposition. They're talking about they've got competitors. We don't know who they are. They don't name them. They are mystery people that are theoretically on the tail of Shavez, and they love what he's doing, and they've decided to copy everything he's doing. If that was your business, what would you do? Would you put your secrets on the blockchain? Would you let people look at the lines of code and see what you're doing? Or would you go undercover? Oh, maybe that's why he's made the claim that he's got a secret network where he's going to do trading that nobody can see. If he did that, the Avengers would have a field day. We would just call this a Ponzi scheme straight away. Look, there's no transactions. But then if Shavez says we've had to go into hiding, we've got secret people trying to copy what we're doing. It wouldn't be far from the truth, though, would it? Because there's so many scams in the world. If you watch that BidCon thing on Netflix, 92% of crypto opportunities are scams. I remember there's a survey done when I was younger. They said that 95% of males masturbate. And then the survey reported that 5% of all males are liars. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, I say. So what I want to do here, I want to cook tea. I've got to cook a pizza for the boy. I want you to watch this. And I want you to watch Rob's brain unravel as he goes through Lucky, which will start in about 2 minutes once I press play, go through Lucky's notes from the meeting. And then Rob starts losing the plot, meaning he starts unraveling the enigma and he starts saying things that he wouldn't normally do. And I reckon this is one of the best videos I've seen Rob doing. I'll say one of, because I know there'll be a better one at 11 o'clock New Zealand time. Rob goes live. But I'm calling this a Ponzi scheme because what I believe is going to happen, and I was thinking about this on the way home, and I think I just want to get live and I want to get real. I believe that they're going to claim that they can't show you how they do the arbitrage trading because people will copy it. And then it will just turn into a straight Ponzi scheme. You will just receive money on a daily basis. And you won't be receiving what they used to pay, 1.3%, 1.5%, but you will receive a little bit of money. And it might be a little bit like VidiLook, where you've got to do something for your money each day. So maybe you've got to log into your account and you've got to select one of the buttons, $1, $2, $5, $10, $50, $100. I've forgotten what they are. And then you've got to select one of those, and that's your daily quota done and gone. And then you'll get a little bit of money in your MetaMask wallet. Now, Rob's got some calculations here, and he's far better at maths than me, but you're going to really enjoy this. And the reason I'm stealing Rob's video and playing it again, even though I haven't watched all of it, is because I don't want people to miss out in the information that we spend hours and hours and hours researching and thinking about. So I reckon they're about to launch a Ponzi scheme. I believe they're going to keep you guys in the dark and they won't show you any transactions. I believe that they will actually claim they have to hide what they're doing because the opposition that they've been talking about for some reason for the last couple of 3 weeks is trying to copy them, and they don't want their code to be on the internet. And that means basically he'll just be taking money from here and transferring it over here and dropping it down there for you so you think that you're doing arbitrage trading. And no one will be able to see the transactions on the blockchain. And he's going to call it a crypto arbitrage trading bot. Oh my God, that's what I predict. Could be wrong. It's just a theory. But listen to Rob, and has he cracked the enigma? Remember, there's a poll in this, and you can join me on stage, but I won't be here. But I'm going to actually disappear off stage and make Shavez full screen, and we're just going to listen to this. Now, please post comments on this. I will also, in the description of this video, I will also put the link to Rob's original video. There's a little bit of cracking, but I hope you enjoy. And let's get started and listen to Rob think. And I'm going to go cook pizza in the kitchen, and we're going to listen to Rob on my phone while I cook dinner, and I might come back in and every now and again and pause. So away we go. Over to you, Rob, my mate, my Avenger, my buddy. He's actually meant to be coming over for a drink, so hopefully I'll get this done before he gets in. He might do me for copyright strike because I'm using this video.
Okay, I guarantee that.
Guarantee 10,000 a day.
You guys can record this again. I will say that again. Okay.
Good that you gave us permission to record this, Shavez. Noted.
The moment DApp goes live, record this on your phones.
I'm recording it on the computer, but
the moment DApp goes live, we as community will go on transaction history and will see more than 10,000 trades a day.
Notice he said transaction history and not go on the blockchain. Where would you actually see 10,000 trades on the transaction history? Like, are we talking about that transaction history, like the number of total trades that shows up on the user interface? Is that what he's talking about? Why wouldn't he say go on the blockchain to see it?
If not, I will give you guys the money back.
Why don't you just give people the option of the money back straight away, Shavez?
Okay.
No, you don't get any applause or thanks for that. Like you could have 10,000 trades go through at a cent. It would cost you $100 a day, and you took in what 86,000 times at least 540 million bucks plus.
Grace wants to say something. Grace, unmute.
Shavez, we only have 6 questions. Will you take those 6 questions and no more?
No.
Okay, yes. Let's see. But all these questions are same. I know. But let's take questions. No problem.
Let's
well, you don't know because you only take one.
Okay, let's hear from Chantal and close.
Oh man, I have a word that comes to mind. It starts with T and ends with sir. You can work out what the rest is. Anyway, we've finally heard all that we needed to hear from Shavez, and I think, yeah, it's quite interesting. There's a lot of intelligent people in the chat room here, and you're more than welcome to join them. The other 19, well, the 19 that are online. Deepak, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew. So, what have we got? No trading beginning without a new bot cost. I think that if we add together what was said a few days ago, a few weeks ago maybe, that there's going to be a period of grace with that auto trading bot where you get to trade with it for free, but then there's going to be a subscription cost. One of the interesting things is that this AI bot, which is so fantastic, was struggling to find any peers, allegedly, and the peers that they were coming up with were ranging from one trade for $112,000 or something like that to a fraction of a cent, with the majority of them being a fraction of a cent. So if those were the ones that you're getting 10,000 of, and you stick the gas fees on, the community would actually be losing money. Patrick said maybe they will provide a new backup. Oh, sorry, I read that out. You subscribe to the bot. Does that mean that they'll pay for the bot separately? Yes, that is coming up. Deepak said new AI. What's this? Susie said, if they strip profits going direct to MetaMask, this will implode quickly. Do you mean not pay to MetaMask, but pay to somewhere else? That was suggested as a possibility by someone a while ago. Trades is also the peers. Patrick said 10K trades may require the 0x33 account like many wallets to disperse profit. No comment. They've spent the past month creating thousands of trades. TPAC transition history won't go on the blockchain. Rob, please play that fishy music. Is that the one? I'm going to get some more sounds, by the way. JV said it sounds like new simulated trade system on their website. Shavez did say a long time ago something about it not being on the blockchain. Yes, I don't know where we heard that, but we heard that somewhere. And this seems to be that talk of competitors and trying to protect IP. Like most people would just go out and get a patent or copyright or trademark or whatever it is that you need to protect your IP. For something like this. Have they got any of that? If so, can they provide it to the community, etc., etc.? So let's go through this, and you guys can help me in the chat, and anybody can join in the chat. So let's go through Lucky's summary, because this was the whole exercise that we were going to do. So it says the latest updates from UK Prime. Now, just before I read this, I'd love to go. I might have said this before. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'd love to go on that Hindi meeting. The Hindi meeting happened before the UK Prime to see exactly what Shavez said on there and whether it was exactly the same as UK Prime, because I feel that he's reading from some kind of a script. But I think in that UK Prime that he might have gone off script at least a little bit. I could be wrong, but going on that Hindi meeting, and those Hindi meetings can get a little bit heated. And if you're an English speaking person, you can go on them because generally you can get the subtitles. And just in case you're confused, some people get a little bit confused. You have to put the subtitles on in Hindi and then translate or convert or something to English. So let's have a look at this. Now I'm going to say what I think, and anybody can stick their comment, their view, or their disagreement if they like. So the initial challenge lay in identifying the root cause of these issues, which proved difficult. So that now I'm not agreeing that this is what happened. I'm just saying, is that what I heard? What I heard was the problem was trying to find the problem, which is essentially the same as that. Now, I'm going to comment with these or rub them out whether or not they actually materially change anything. And the answer is no, because it doesn't really matter what the excuses were or what they said the excuses were. It matters that this was supposed to have launched on March 1, 2024. And that was 85 days ago now, or maybe 84, depending on what part of the world you're in. Okay, 84 days ago. So it's late, 85 days, and we've heard heaps of excuses, but they keep on changing. All right, during data testing, it became clear that the approach initially followed could be refined for greater precision and success in trades. Now, of course, we don't know that. Like, we haven't seen anything. All we've seen is the beta testing, which is what they use to sell the product, what they use to convince people to buy the product, and now what they use to convince people has vanished, has gone. So during data testing, it became clear that the approach initially followed blah, blah, blah. Well, we don't know that. So, all right, but is that what Shavez said? Seemingly so. Okay. I don't know what that was based on. We don't know. So let's get rid of that. The decision to delay the launch was made with the community's best interest in mind. We actually don't know that either. How do we know that? For example, is no launch where no one makes any money better than any launch where some people may make some money? So I would suggest that no launch is never going to be in anybody's best interest. Like, for example, what would the downside have been if somebody was making something and nobody was making nothing? How is that better than nobody making? How is that better than everybody making nothing? So I'd get rid of that as well. Okay. What have we got in here? Have I missed anything? Oh, that was J. I tell you what, when I'm in this chat room, I always confuse JB with Josh and vice versa. Sorry about that. D-Back said, "Hey, Susie, I was listening to Rob carefully for much time. Didn't comment. Unlucky in one Zoom handy was narrating her Lucky was in one Zoom handy narrating her journey and weeping and made many men with beats on my Okay, let's get back here. The aim is to provide a more seamless and successful product, ensuring everyone benefits. Okay, so that may be the aim, but it doesn't actually change anything. You're still late. And there was no mention of that leading up to March 1. Okay, so yeah, I'm being brutal, but hey, yeah, you've got to actually weed the chaff from the wheat or the chaff from the oats. The previous beta approach did not meet the desired standards, and it was crucial to revise it to avoid future problems. Well, if we assume that beta was legitimate arbitrage trading, we don't know that either. All right. And why weren't people, if it became clear that the beta testing was actually never going to be able to go live, why weren't people given, well, why didn't sales stop at that point? Because if beta testing has been proven that, hey, this isn't working, then why were all the presentations? And I think the presentations still show the trading and beta testing. So why is that being used? So let's get rid of that as well. Currently, everything is ready with this new improved approach. Well, we've heard that before, and that didn't lead to anything. So it's not going to lead to anything now either, necessarily, is it? So we can get rid of that. Although previously declared ready, the product now genuinely meets the necessary. So when it was declared ready before, was it ungenuine? Think about it. Okay. That doesn't change anything either. So that's gone. There will be no set date for the relaunch, but once the data migration is complete, I didn't hear anything about data migration. Did you? Did I miss that? the decentralized application, the DApp, will go live with a new URL, enabling users to connect their wallets and start trading immediately. This is where I get really confused. How can they say there was no set date for relaunch when they said they were going to go live in 2 days? Has anybody, like, can you tell me what you took from that? You know, did you hear that this was going to go live in 2 days? And when he says this is going to go live in 2 days, do you think, oh, that's something different to an MVP launch? To me, reading this, the start of the sentence doesn't match the end of the sentence. There will be no set dates for relaunch, but once blah, 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 the DApp will go live and start trading immediately. So that makes no sense at all. So to my mind, live in 2 days, because that's what he said. But of course, he said that before as well. So can we take that as being gospel? No, we can't. All right, so that's gone as well. The development team has taken extra time to optimize both the technology and the user interface. Well, first of all, we can't verify that. And second of all, we don't know whether that's true, as in it will make a difference, because we've heard similar things before and it didn't make a difference. So that's gone as well. Okay, how am I going, guys? And I think I'm just applying logic here, as well as fluid. The new launch is expected in a few days, featuring the automated AI bot from the start. Right. So from all accounts, the one thing that we can take, because I don't see there'd be any reason to make it up, is that you're going to have the AI bot from the start. And the new launch is expected in a few days. Well, I basically think this is hinging bets. I think that basically he said it's going to go live in 2 days, but that it may not, that may not be the launch, which is just confusing. So I think we can get rid of that first part and say it will launch with the automated bot. And we've heard that'll be free for a few days and then a subscription, which basically means, because there's no other option, that you're actually paying more than your license. Therefore, because we can draw that, therefore, Boomerang will cost the license fee plus the subscription fee plus, and this is drawn from something else and we haven't heard anything else, plus a 5% platform fee. Do you remember that one? That's going to be introduced. And apparently that was going to be introduced right at the start, according to the videos that I've seen in January. So I wonder where we're going with this. Okay, let's move on. Before this, market opportunities will be rolled out, promising a high success rate. Did we actually hear that? Like, how are they going to roll out market opportunities? Is there going to be some vague live period which is not a launch, which will involve market opportunities, which they have proven earlier on, or rather they said earlier on, don't work for the community anyway, and that was one of the reasons why they didn't go live, but now they're going live anyway with it. So that doesn't make any sense. Before I make a decision there, and a non-DAO decision, question, Rob, will you be sending your revised version to the Boondoggle communication team? Well, let's see what we come up with first. I'm not too sure I've got an email address for them. So before this, market opportunities will be rolled out, but they said that the market opportunities didn't work. And we've got no absolute guarantee that there's anything that's live before launch. And we know in launch, there's no market opportunities. Therefore, high success rate, which is linked to the fact that market opportunities needs to exist to form the relationship as is lined out in the sentence. Therefore, we can get rid of that sentence as well. So let's go on to the next one. Through this process, the tech team uncovered many hidden aspects of the system, leading to the development of one of the best protocols in the history of decentralized structures. Well, we haven't seen it. We don't know what it is. We don't have any verification from an outside source, and that's seemingly got nothing to do with Boomerang. So that can go as well. Although others have attempted to copy the approach, the new method ensures the tool's uniqueness and efficacy. Well, we haven't even.
I'm just putting some stuff on the pizzas and they're cooking, but we've never had any verification that there is actually a tech team. No photos, no evidence. So I just wanted to add that in there. I'll go back to the pizzas and leave you to Rob.
Seen it trading. So this is an unproven new method. Therefore, anything unproven is unproven by definition, and therefore can't be unique or have any proven efficacy. So that's gone as well. I wonder what we'll be left with. The team has now transformed the approach into a new dimension, instilling complete confidence in its uniqueness. Well, there's basically a very similar statement to the one before, but I don't feel any more confident. Do you? Therefore, I'm only talking about myself. Susie said they don't have an email. They only work by fax machine. Don's got that. Bob will have the number. So we can get rid of that as well, because that's basically a waste of time. Once live, users will have access to the smart contract. Well, of course they would, because going live means that you are operating on a smart contract, showcasing multiple transactions per minute, which is what you would expect it to be doing anyway. Those specific operation details, oh my God, it's right there. It's hiding in clear view. That means, okay, so let's go. Once live, users will have access to the smart contract showcasing multiple transactions per minute. Those specific operation details will remain undisclosed. So now this is an interesting one, okay? Because we know that you can see, oh, this is a fascinating one. Would you be able to see the smart contract if you couldn't see the blockchain? If you couldn't see it on the blockchain? So, for example, if you didn't have a transaction hash or a user hash, oh, that's a fascinating one, isn't it? This is actually, okay, I'm going to think out loud. So they may not give you a transaction hash, but you're still going to have a user wallet, aren't you? So surely the users, oh, this is fascinating, and this is from a crypto novice. So Susie, Crypto G, anybody else out there, I could be completely wrong here. Even if they didn't show us anything on the blockchain, the user's wallet should be searchable on Polygon, I would think, or dbank.com. What's the question I'm going to ask here? Can a smart contract perform transactions and hide them from showing up on a user's wallet? Does anybody know the answers to that? Yes, I know. Use my words, Richard. So that's an interesting one, because they are implying people will not be able to see the Boomerang trades on the blockchain. That's what I get from that. I'm open to challenge. So once live, users will have access to the smart contract because they'd have to, in theory, no smart contract, no flash loans, no arbitrage trade, nothing happens. Therefore, you still have to have access to the smart contract, showcasing multiple transactions per minute. Those specific operation details will remain, unless that specific operational details means something other than hiding the trade or the list of transactions for each trade. I'll put that in there. Unless specific operational details being undisclosed means something other than above. Right, so we get rid of that. Someone smarter than me can answer this. Despite multiple previous promises, the team acknowledges the difficulties of managing delays. Well, that's great, but it doesn't actually mean anything in terms of when and how people are going to start trading. How am I going, Susie? Am I making any sense, or am I confusing people? JB, what do you reckon? Oh, I'll just put up there. Thanks, Richard. Does this mean lack of transparency? Okay. As the creator, it is challenging to hold back these developments, but this period of challenge is being faced collectively. Well, that's a statement, but it doesn't actually take us anywhere. It doesn't put us any closer to that launch. So that's gone, or understanding anything. Efforts are also being made to improve the affiliate side of the business, which has faced neglect due to, well, I don't know what they're talking about neglect, because people are getting kickbacks and they're still getting check match bonus, even though I don't understand it. Does that take us any forward? I think that's a distraction. So that's gone as well.
If beta is true, then from where daily limit of trades 10,000 came from, how can one predict 18 exchanges only 10,000 price mismatch arbitrage? It can be very less on one day, it can more. If developer is saying 10K is number and then there will not be data on blockchain, then it summarizes everything. Gas fees excluded from 1,500, you have to pay it from your pocket. Its simulator of trade and ROI method definitely is MVP. 10K people daily get some returns, and data on blockchain undisclosed means third-party distribution of profit money.
Thanks for letting me know my microphone wasn't on after all that. I wasn't saying too much, but anyway, at least your words are coming through. I had my mic down because I didn't want to hear you guys, me banging around in the kitchen. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I was just basically saying, one thing I did make a point of, though, was it doesn't matter if there's 1 million trades a day that people will be able to do. That's only 10 trades each. And they also didn't mention these things when you bought a Boomerang license to introduce new fees and new additional costs. I mean, you bought a license for $500 or $10,000 to do arbitrage trading. Initially, you got a credit limit of $3 million to like a credit limit of $3 million to do arbitrage trading. And now you're going to be charged, you've got your gas fees, and you're also going to be charged other fees to use the platform. It's just ridiculous. So what I'm saying, even if you had 1 million available trades per day, it still doesn't feed the 86,000 people. Recap. Please recap on what you want to say. Yeah, no, sorry about that, guys. I think we got the gist of it anyway, but I don't want to distract from what Rob's saying here, because I think he winds himself into an absolutely brilliant conversation. I love the mathematics that goes on in Rob's head. Hope he does come over for a drink if you're watching this, Rob. Started with that, you mate. And cheers to all the Avengers. It's Friday night here. It's 2 minutes to 8. I'm going to go have dinner. I've got my cell phone on and I've got my cable, and I just plug in my audio and I carry on listening to Rob in the kitchen while I'm going. But just in between while the pizza is cooking, I thought I'd throw in my 10 cents worth. But I honestly believe they want to hide the trades. They've made up an excuse that their competitors are watching, and they want to hide the trades. And this will just go back to a straight Ponzi scheme where they take your license fee money and pay you back, claiming that you're doing arbitrage trading that you can't track on the blockchain. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. That's what I'm predicting. And I think Rob's basically insinuating the same, but I can't speak for him. Let's carry on, Rob. You're doing great. Let me not stall.
The community support has been invaluable, and the team expresses gratitude for the help that has made it. Well, that doesn't take us any closer to launch either, so that's gone. That's well and nice, but we haven't learned anything from that statement. Users are encouraged to prepare for the launch. How? Buckle up and expect the seamless trade.
I didn't think they were actually going to launch this time. So is there 2 launches? That would be the interesting thing, is they're talking about a launch, but then they say it's not going to launch. It's just going to start happening under a new domain name, which I believe is boomeranginfotech.com. So you might be able to go and have a wee look while Rob's talking and see if it's turned up yet.
Trading experience once. Well, we haven't seen seamless trading experiences full stop. There's been failed trades in the beta. There's question marks over whether the beta was real. So that's gone as well. It doesn't even say how to prepare. What are you supposed to do? I guess the only thing that you could do, actually, I was going to say the only thing that you could do is to preload your MetaMask wallet, which you probably shouldn't hook up to the Boomerang site anyway, if you're being safety conscious. You could pre-launch that with gas fees and Matic. Is that all you need? Just gas fees and Matic? I was going to say preload it with the crypto assets that are on the left-hand side of the pair, but I don't think you would need that, would you? Just having a look on here. Keep cases. Josh, I think that's right, Rob. Boomerang's biggest problem has been their trades showing in detail on the blockchain.
Well, it has. That's a really valid point. We've pulled them to bits. And this new set of trades that we saw, they're not trading. It just looks like they're actually wrote a contract where they're trading from one exchange to the other back and forth. They'll go through 5 different trades and it's just literally a smoke screen to make it look like it's complex, and it doesn't do anything. And at the end of it, I remember looking at one that had about 15 or 20 lines of code, and at the bottom it generated 20 cents worth of gas fees from, I think it was literally $1. So it's just smoke screen. So I don't even know what they're doing. Now, if you are looking at that Boomerang infotech.com, we can find that is registered to We Are All Satoshi War, the same organization that looks after the app-boomerang.trade domain name, because through the MetaMask stuff, we've found this really cool site that scans URLs. I think it's scanurl.ia. And if you put in app-boomerang.trade, it shows you all the associated websites to it. And it does actually bring up that domain name I put in there. Now, when you go there, it goes to Big Daddy. I'm just wondering if I can show you that. If I do, I'll just show you so you get me. Now, when you go there, you get the screen here saying that this domain name is for sale. Well, I don't even know how GoDaddy actually works. It doesn't mean it's available to buy. If you filled out that form and said that you wanted to buy it, they would tell you how much you need to bid to get it. Then they would go to Boomerang, just using them as an example, and ask them if they'd be willing to sell their domain name. And they would take 20% of the fee for doing so. It's just a con, this big GoDaddy thing. So don't think that domain name is for sale. They will try negotiating that domain name with the owner of it for you. That's what GoDaddy does. That's why I hate these GoDaddy sites. But it also means that this domain name has been registered and it's not been used. So their parking area is this. But this domain name was associated to the other domain names, and we found that from I think it's called scanurl.io, just from memory, so I could have it wrong. But yeah, just want to show that in there. So let's go back to Rob.
Well, in a way, that's right, I guess. JB Coda, if there were any trades going on, it would have to be on the blockchain. They will probably just pay out the profit without doing any trades.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell. That's exactly what I think they'll do. That just makes so much sense. They don't want people to see the trade. They can't get this arbitrage trade thing going because it's a load of shit and it's a lie. And this is exactly what's happening. And great question. I think somebody's mentioned Pavel is probably a paid actor. Where the hell is he? What involvement does he have in it all? Was he a paid actor, a paid influencer? He's just a crypto influencer. I've seen him on the stage talking on the same stage with the same presenter that was introducing Sam Lee. I've seen him. I've tried to find as much out about Pavel as I can. That's a comment that's just come up in my chat room, and I just think these guys are just crooks. I have a friend who has hired to be CEO. Oh, so I had a friend who has hired to be a CEO of a company. I think what you're saying, you had a friend that might have hired him to be a scam company. It's exactly right. And they literally have these scammers, not these ones, but other ones, hired paid actors to do launches and the whole lot. So we see it all the time. All right, my pizza's beeping, so I'm going to go eat that, and I'll leave you and Rob together. Can I trust you guys? Good one, Rob.
I'm not making a comment, but I like your thinking. And Josh does too. JB Coda, what do you feel beta version was trading? Oh, I love it. So, Susie, I'll say this. Attempts to obfuscate data within a smart contract, such as encryption or encoding, ultimately provide no real privacy, since the obfuscated data is still stored publicly on chain. And JB said they were trading coins, Deepak, but they weren't making any profit. Well, that's certainly what it seemed to be. And man, how many chances have they had to put us right on that? In conclusion, so we've got to the conclusion. In conclusion, the team is confident in the new approach and the upcoming launch. Haven't we heard that before? Yep, gone. Doesn't mean a thing. While the delay has been difficult to communicate, I don't know, they communicated okay, the results are expected to be worth the wait. Well, that doesn't tell us anything either. We've heard similar before. If the beta does not deliver more than 10,000 trades, a refund will be offered. Okay, so, oh, damn. Did he say 10,000 trades per day? Guys, did he say 10,000 trades per day? Right, let's have a quick action poll here, guys. So get your pens ready, get your fingers ready. Did he say 10,000 trades per day? All right, let's see if we can get to 10, like really, really quick. We'll see if the 90 people watching this are actually online and they're voting. So did he say 10,000 trades per day, or did he say something other than 10,000 trades per day? Please vote straight away. Deepak said, I was saying since 2 days to Dan and Rob that Matic blockchain will not make them use it. What do you mean by that, Deepak? Susie said, all transactions executed by a smart contract are recorded permanently on the blockchain and are publicly visible. There's really no way to selectively hide transactions from specific users or wallet. I guess, now, Susie, here's a question, just thinking out loud. Could be because we've seen that the smart contract was changed in what it actually showed on the blockchain. That initially it showed 8 lines of transactions and then it went to 9. Would it be possible to change it from 9 to solely showing the last transaction, which is basically the money going to the user's account? But he doesn't say it will be given. Oh, right. Well picked up. Okay, so what am I saying here? Could the smart contract be set up in a way to merely show the final transaction in the trade, which moves profit from a Boomerang wallet to the user's MetaMask wallet? So ending up with some questions rather than statements here. Maybe, Rob, but the details would still be somewhere else. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, for example, when he added the 9th line, was that 9th line somewhere if you knew where to look for it? Is that what you're saying, Susie? And you had more than 10K. Okay. And Deepak says, Susie, there needs authorization for developers from their side, as so many fake projects reported on Matic blockchain. It's turning into hybrid model. I don't know. I have no idea what a hybrid model actually means. You're one up on me there, Deepak. Richard said, I think they are creating an official simulation. Fascinating. All right, what else we got here? If the beta, let's risk seeing if we can find exactly what he said, eh? Because I think it's around the 56-minute mark.
Be working and getting this product out. So we're anxiously waiting for it and appreciate all your hard work. There's maybe just 1 or 2 questions. Did you want to take 1 or 2 questions?
This is further, isn't
Not
it?
be like beta phase market opportunities. It will not be like AI bot market opportunities, flashing, you click execute trade. No, it is going to be entirely different. So wait for the URL, wait for the UI. This is why we changed the UI, because it was
Friday night.
it was working. It was just working. It was not working as per our expectations and as per the traffic that we had as a solution, as a software.
Because
So-
you said once the secret of the chef It was the AI looking for the price differences,
Yes.
the market opportunities. That's the AI.
The secret
Right.
source.
And we will see that. We will see profitable
KFC.
trades and then pick and choose.
In the beta phase, I believe when everyone was trading at the peak, we saw 3,000 to 4,000 trades
Oh, here
a
it
day,
is.
right? Let the dApp go live this time. You will see more than 10,000 trades a day.
A day.
Okay, I
More
guarantee
than.
that. You guys can record this again.
I did. Thank you very much. Okay, so it will record more than 10,000 trades per day
Why lowball people?
when
You know, why
launched.
lowball? It's such a low figure. I mean, all the way along, he's been talking about, you know, this is going to change the world and they're going to release this product to millions of people and it's unlimited, you know, and then now it's starting to be down to 10,000 trades a day. It's just, there'll be a method in this madness. Or they're trying to drip feed people's money back to them at a stupid rate.
If the beta does not deliver more than 10,000, a refund will be offered. And if this is not met, but of course there's some questions in here, aren't there? Like if it met it once, has it satisfied its obligation? Does it have to meet every day? I guess 10,000 per day means that it has to do it every day. When launched, and if this is not met, a full refund will be
And how would that actually happen would be what I'd be thinking. How's that going to execute?
offered, requiring acceptance to put Richard's bit in there, requiring acceptance. We presume this target must be satisfied each and every day. Okay, but that is a presumption, but I think that's a fair presumption or assumption. The community is thanked for their patience and everyone is advised to wait for the official Telegram announcement. So the only thing we can take from there is true or available is on here. There will be an official Telegram announcement. Didn't actually say what it was going to do, but presume like that could be to say it's going live, or it could be to say it's going live, or to say it is being launched if live and launch
What company
is being launched if live does not equate to an actual MVP launch.
What type of company launches?
What else we got? That's it. That's what we came up with. So that's just breaking that big statement down to its constituent parts and applying a little bit of common sense. Well, not actually common sense, logic, just logic, you know, and see what we've got. Susie said a hybrid blockchain is a type of blockchain. Yeah, this is like a crypto dictionary, eh? I just love it. This is like our own crypto chat GPT having Susie in here. Pardon me. A hybrid blockchain is a type of blockchain that combines elements of both public and private blockchains. I didn't even know there were private blockchains. It is designed to leverage the advantages of both while mitigating their respective drawbacks. There's always a drawback, eh? At Dom, I don't think Rob has that sound effect. What sound effect is that? Go to hit the, oh, hold hold on. Here was a recording of Susie finding out that information.
I had the Chantal.
Brilliant. What do we got? Check the dexes. And Josh said, all he has to do is to convince 86,000 people that 10K of them made a trade in a day. So 76,000 are just unlucky. Yeah. I guess the other question is, how would you know? Yeah, how would you know that 10,000 trades have been done? But of course, the problem is,
Mm.
you know,
That's a
the
great point.
problem is 10,000.
The interesting thing is, when you go into these Zoom meetings, they get maxed out at 1,000 within minutes, especially on a Wednesday when it's announcement day, what this one was. So how are they going to measure the 10,000? And will it be an odometer that you can trust that isn't being fudged? If you go through all the other lines of code in their website that we've managed to right-click and look at the properties, you know, we know that they've been fudging numbers and you know, trade results and the like. So yeah, how are they going to, if it is 10,000 a day, how's it going to be policed and proven that they're all being used? It could be 10 a day. Who would know?
Than 1 cent trades only equals $100 to the community
My goodness.
who have paid arguably a minimum of I think it's about 86,500, isn't it? Times $500 licenses, which is
1.8.
$43.25 million, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So that's the statement that we've ended up with out of the long one.
How did he come up with that?
And I'll just shrink that down so we can actually read it properly on one page. Oh, I hate when it does that.
We're going to get more beer and more pizza. Beer and pizza.
Here we go. Okay. So just expand. Where are we? Oh, no, it won't expand that. It's big enough. Okay. So March 1, 2024, 85 days ago is when they launched. An automated AI bot will be free for the first few days. That's incorporating that information that we heard on a previous call somewhere, and then a subscription. Therefore, Boomerang will cost the license fee plus the subscription fee plus a 5% platform fee. That platform fee is not payable in the first round of 3x, as far as I know. Users wallet, a user. Oh, good grief. The user's wallets should be searchable on Polygon or always comes out with debank.com. Can a smart contract perform transactions and hide them from showing up on a user's wallet? That is a question. We believe the answer is no, because they are implying people will not be able to see the Boomerang trades on the blockchain. That is derived from what we've heard, unless specific operational details being undisclosed, in quotation marks, means something other than the above. And does this mean that there is a lack of transparency? Could the smart contract be set up in a way to merely show the final transaction in the trade, which moves profit or payout from a Boomerang wallet to the user's MetaMask wallet? it will be more than 10,000 trades per day when launched, and if this is not met, a refund will be offered, which presumably will be requiring an acceptance. We presume this, assume this target must be satisfied each and every day. Didn't actually say that, but I think that's a fair presumption. The problem is 10,000 1-cent trades only equals potentially $100 to the community, who paid arguably a minimum of 86,500 times $500, so 43.25 million. So yeah, you could well, I'll leave you to work that out yourself. There will be an official Telegram announcement to say it's going live and to say it is being launched if live does not equate to an actual MVP launch. And just by the way, for anybody who thinks this was simulated, if there was no blockchain involved,
This is Rob's expert
then
analysis.
there are no arbitrage losses that could be incurred, nor any flash loan fees either. Which is not to say that we think any of that's going on. I'll just shrink that down. There. So, but of course, all this is that's not it, is it? No, that no, that's not in that bloody sentence, and that's a presumption anyway. So we'll get rid of that. Anyway, so what have we got on here? Speculation. Hypothetical speculation. That's what that is. Had to think about that. So where are we up to? Right, Josh. Problem is 10K into 1 cent. It could be. You stole my line, Rob. I said to Danny yesterday, maths is $100 per day requires how much time to recover license holders' capital. He was saying, right, that it's project for generations to come. All in all, would it not have been easier to lay out the true numbers, just like the disregard for spreadsheets of profit with miners? Yeah, could have done that. Mutjars, great to have you on here. That is why you call it a simulation. Well, yes, well, yeah. Well, I guess if they don't want people to think it's a simulation or anything like that, and that person that encouraged Chantal somewhere to ask whether or not it's still arbitrage trading, and Shavez answering in the affirmative that it is arbitrage trading, it probably would be in your interest to show it on the blockchain so that it is all transparent. That would make a lot of sense.
When Chantal asked that, she had the biggest smirk on her face, and it was like it was pre-rehearsed. It was actually quite breathtaking to watch that happen. And why would you all of a sudden question the fact whether this is still going to be called arbitrage trading? Is it really just going to be switched out to a Ponzi scheme? And you're going to be told that when your money disappears, goes into the system, it's going to pop out the other end with money in your MetaMask wallet, and you're going to think that you deserve it because you did what? Arbitrage trading? And with no footprint, hidden arbitrage trading on public decentralized blockchains? Really? Is that where we're going, guys? Let's see how you pull this one off, Shavez.
And I would think, just thinking out loud, possibly wrong, is that I can't imagine that there would be any advantage to having your smart contract verified and audited and having the results published. And I think he said that the smart contract itself would be published, because wouldn't a competitor gain any knowledge that they would need from the smart contract itself rather than seeing the result of the interaction with the smart contract on the
Boom, boom,
blockchain.
boom. That's what you've hit
Does
it. I
that
mean,
make any sense?
it does.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm only thinking out loud. Hey guys, great interaction on the chat there. And just going up to our poll, I'll close that poll off, end the poll. And did he say 10,000? Where is it? Did he say 10,000 trades per day? 89% said yes, 10% said no. And we had the proof of the pudding was in the video. But man, it is so fantastically interesting watching some of these videos, having watched the video, taken it on board, concentrated, and then come back and kind of pick it apart and go, what exactly did he say? And is it the same as what I thought he said? And this isn't only for Shavez, and this isn't only for Boomerang. This could be applied to anything. So what is there a learning here today? If there's a learning, is that if you're going to get involved in anything and you want to do your due diligence, it's probably a damn good idea to record every meeting that you're on. And you can do this really simply by downloading OBS. You could do it with QuickTime on an Apple. I think you can do it on a Windows as well, simply. But OBS software is so easy. You just actually put this anywhere in that frame there, just like that, and hit start recording. And it records, not only does it record what people can see, but it records the sound as well, because QuickTime's a little bit awkward to record the sound. You can record the screen. So that's been an interesting night. I think I've learned something, or at least we've learned some possibilities that can be going on. Don't know that necessarily we're any smarter, but at the end of the day, we're all really hoping, well, I think most of us are hoping that it does launch and people do make some money. It's just that we would like to see, some actually more concrete stuff. And when there's some, how could we say it? Vague comments made, which are kind of alluding to things, but they don't actually answer them. As many people have alluded to, there were many sentences that were started, but then they went off on a tangent and didn't seem to finish at the same place as they started. Then it kind of raises questions, and so it raises speculation, and here's where you end up having watched a meeting and you're still not absolutely sure about what's going to happen, because there's still that, like the key thing is, does live equal launch? To me, to my mind, yes, it does. I don't know about the people in the chat room. Does live equal launch? And it's supposed to be going live in like 2 days. So does that mean launches in 2 days? I guess we're going to find out. What does 1,000 trades look like? Look, whatever way you look at this, 10,000 trades a day is not enough. That's as simple as that, because a little simple bit of maths here is that God, how would you work this out? Is that think about this in a minute. 86,500 people who I don't even know how to word this, but 86,500 users will require 8.65 days to complete one trade on average, for an undisclosed amount of profit or profit percentage at 10,000 trades per day. And to be perfectly honest, if people actually stop and think about that, like 10,000 trades a day sounds really great, but actually if people were to stop and think about that is really concerning. Really concerning. And the other thing that was mentioned was 50 to 60 trades possible per minute. I'm pretty sure that came up as well, didn't it? But there was a condition in front of it, which was if. So if we put that in here, if there were 50 to 60,000 trades per minute, and I'll use the 50 on that because otherwise my brain won't be able to work it out. That equates
How many minutes in a
to
day?
50 times 60, which is 3,000 trades per hour, which is
It is 86. One trade a day.
3,000
One trade a
times
day.
24
Each member of
equals
8,600 and
72,000, I think, trades per day.
which is one per person.
Which means 10,000 trades per day is actually 7.2 less than 50 trades per minute, which means 10,000 trades per day is what? Something like
Everyone's going to do
7
one trade
trades a minute? One trade every 10 seconds between 86,000?
at $1.
Is that right? 10.
So that's, yeah, my calculations show that it's around about 85,000. So he's calculated that back to one trade per person. That's what I'm getting.
1,000 trades per day is around one trade per 7 seconds. I'm probably well out on that. No, not one trade per 7 seconds. One trade per, oh my God. Was it 50 divided by,
Get a calculator.
seven trades per minute, or one trade every 8 seconds approximately. My maths are probably way off on there, but we'll find out. I could ask ChatGPT. I can actually resort to my phone. Just bring up the calculator on here. So what do we got? 10,000 trades per day divided by 24 equals 414 trades per hour divided by 60 equals 6.94 trades per minute. So there you go. I was out by something. One trade or half a trade a minute or something like that. Anyway, thank you for being on my show tonight. I hope you got something out of it, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of thought-provoking stuff about coming back to the topic of the video. And tonight's video, just to remind myself, what did I put on there? Tonight's video was entitled Boomerang. Was Shavez reassuring or ridiculous? What do you think? Was he? Do you feel reassured after this, or do you think some of the comments were ridiculous? I think 10,000 trades per day is basically, if that's what it turns out to be, unless those trades are humongous, then that is ridiculous. And the key thing is coming back to that video that we saw of Joe talking about how long will it take a user to get their 3x. Even if they could trade one trade and get their 3x back, which for the lowest license would mean a $1,500 result on every trade on average. The best they can hope for is not the 1 day or the 2 days that they're talking about, not even the 1 week. The best they could even hope for at their entirely improbable outcome is to get their 3x back in just under 9 days. So I think one of the big things is, should they be selling licenses right now? Should they be selling licenses? I'm going to leave you on that point. I don't want to dilute that. Should they be selling licenses right now, given what we have spoken about tonight? Okay, so thank you very much. And we won't bother mucking around with any trivialities. But if you did get any value out of this video, please give me the thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for the notification. And until next time, from me and the cat, thanks to everybody in the chat room. Thanks to everybody out there in YouTube land, and happy investing. And may the live turn into a launch inside 2 days as semi-promised. And everybody lives happily ever after. Until next time, bye for now, and meow, meow.
Brilliant, Rob. No, really, really good. So the big question here really is, should they have been continuously selling licenses after the 1st of March, 84 days ago? It is now 2 days after that they have actually said that this was actually played. And obviously Rob's banked it, whatever you do, woof, woof. Now, I've got some other interesting things here to show you. Just show so you can see. Let's make sure I've got the right window. Doing this a bit different today. So 16. So this was one of the new transactions that they've set up. And I've gone through and I've tagged all the smart contracts. Well, not all of them, but the majority of them. They all change. And this is the one that the Germans went through and had a look at. And you can see they've got RAP, Ethereum, CRV, POS. I don't even know what these are. But this here is just a plethora of trades. And at the end of the day, there's been a few trades that we've managed to pick up. Now, this is not arbitrage trading, ladies and gentlemen, but they started with $16.80. And then you go all the way through the lines of code, and you finished up with $16.81. So you might think, oh, they've made 1 cent. They haven't made any money. This is all losses. And if you go to the gas fees, it's actually lost 19 cents in gas fees just to do this big hua. So this is just like buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, and then coming at the bottom. And it doesn't even get paid into anyone's MetaMask wallet. That I can see. So it's just crazy. Then if you want to go back to a couple of other trades, this is the trades from what we call Dop Trump, not to be mistaken as Donald Trump. And this is somebody who figured out that the website code was generating the payouts. And they managed to do some funny trades. So, for example, they did 1 USD tether, and they didn't really have a system for the small amounts. And remember, Shavez changed that the minimum you could do was $10 trades. This was probably in reaction to this trade that you've seen here. Now, if you go through what used to be, we studied every line of code. And if you come down to line number 4 and it's less than line number 3, that means that they lost a cent doing this trade. You can see the fee that they got for borrowing the money from the flash loan provider. But at the end, look at this. $1,399.53 was paid out from a trade that was $1. So this is proving that whoever created this code and claiming this is arbitrage trading, how can you pay $1 and get paid nearly $1,400? So you might think, is this actually flipping? I don't know which one you were looking at there at the moment. I'll just have to go back. I might have to put the screen over here after all and yield to what I didn't want to do so I can see what I'm doing. So if I go to there and just take out the comment section for a bit, that'll give me some room and move that over there. So were I showing you the real one? No, I weren't showing the real one. I was showing you this one. So originally we had what I said, the dollar, $3.66 turned into a whopping $1,977. And this is what we call an account called Top Trump. And he did many. This was done 91 days ago. But this is when they were trying to figure out how did that actually happen. We figured out that this person figured out that if they did unusual trading amounts, the calculations on the website actually was generating the results that got paid, the mathematical equation that got paid into people's MetaMask wallets. So now we'll go back to this one, which I was showing you previously. And the person actually paid 99 cents. Oh, what have I done here, Danny? Oh, it's no good. Oh, yes, I can. They were paying 99. They paid 99 cents, and they managed to get a payout of nearly $1,400. Incredible, isn't it? Now, I made some other claims when we were doing this before. We went to a site. It is actually called urlscan.io, and you can go there and put in a domain name that you want it to scan. Now, remember, Shavez made a claim that he swam into the server room up to here and to save the servers when they had the floods that were happening in Dubai a few weeks ago. Well, that would be unusual because this is telling us that the servers and the server that runs Boomerang is actually hosted in India. So this site's great for going through and actually having a look and seeing what parts of the website look at what different like HostGator, Cloudflare.net, Google. This is telling you the components of the website. But if you went to similar in here, you can see that it's also managed to figure out other URLs that it's been using. So the testing.app-boomerang.trade, and you can go through here and you can look at all the different domain names it's using. So now it says 393 hits from the same IP but different domains. And this is where you can see this new domain name that I'm talking about. So if they launch it on here, I'll be right. If they don't, they might have changed their mind. But this has had 393 hits for the same IP but different domain names. Now, a lot of ISPs do use one IP and they split it off when people hit their server room. So that doesn't mean this is a definite. But however, it is feasible. And you can click on 86, I think, and it will take you to different parts. But you can see it's also picked up all the other domain names, the beta.boomerang.trade. And that was 2 months ago they were using that domain name. And notice that was also hosted in India. So they claim to be in Dubai, but everything seems to be coming through. And then there's other domain names. So this website to me is my new favorite website. It's really, really cool. So I just went to app-boomerang and they have taken that website down or offline. And we've been refused to get there. So it'll be interesting to see what they're doing. So this was actually the market opportunities. If you guys want a video to actually look at that show you how manipulative they have been in the past, don't just take our word for it. Do your own research. Have a look at what we've got. So if you go into my YouTube channel and click on videos and you come down here and look through all these videos, you'll see one with they're typical, isn't it? You get the one you want.
Ponzi's.
Is that Rob guy again? You can see a one where's he gone? I'm looking for a flashing Rob here. Not Rob, Shavez. Where is he? Yeah, there it is. So it's called Exposed with $1 US. And when you go into this one here, it basically shows you
Ponzi Scheme Avenger.
everything that they were doing.
And we refreshed.
So we talked about how we went to the market opportunities, how they refreshed, and they stayed exactly the same. We've probably heard that before. I just showed you some unusual transfers that have happened. And then we took a break into this website and we went into the back end of the code of the website they had in there. And we showed people how they were generating the market opportunities from the website code. So you can see that, we'll just see if we go there. And then we searched for a figure that we kept seeing, and that was 1.277. And once we searched for that code, it brought up the calculations. So that line of code that I'm bringing up here shows you that if you were to trade, I'll see if it brings up the bit I need. Let's see if I find the right one for us. We're looking for percentages, and there. So if you look here, you can see that Rapmatic and Sand, if somebody was to trade that and they say they put $1 down or up to $46, it would actually pay 1.3. So we took all those figures. That line of code that was sort of hidden the website actually goes on for 250,000 characters and 35,000 words. And then we found all the transactions. And when people were trading for $100 and picking Rap Sand, then it was producing exactly the same results and was payout percentages every single time. So then we found Pascal's wallet. We went through Pascal's wallet and we found that he also found out that when you traded for $100 and you used to pick, like, I don't know, a USD tether and then say like Rapmatic, that you would get the same payout every single time. He did about 5 or 6 different trades and got paid the same amount. We never saw him do any more trading since then. That was about 50 days ago. Then we had Mark, and Mark was a guy that had found out the same thing, and he approached Carl Miller, and Carl Miller basically said he'd known about the scripts generating the results from day one. However, the point is, Rob made at the end of this video, is why are they still selling these licenses? We looked at Susie Stealth. It was the lady that a correspondent. She said that they she's tracked $140 million that have come in here to this platform. No one has been able to do real arbitrage trading at all. They gave them like anything from $1,500 to $150 to $50,000 worth of flash loan money. And then we found the wallet addresses where they were topping them up and manually paying people the money that was put into this wallet. So as soon as that wallet ran dry, and we call it the OX33 wallet, ran dry, all the trading would stop. And we've got a recording of Joe saying, does that mean that when the alarm goes off, we won't have to top up the wallet, the master wallet address anymore? So even they know, that they're all in on the scam. Is absolutely shocking. But what I would like to do, if you went to my videos and you want to really, if you're thinking, oh yeah, I know this is a scam, but I'm not sure, how would you like to listen to a recorded secret leadership meeting that was leaked? Let's see if I can find it. So this was absolutely breathtaking when we got this one. So here it is here. 1.3 thousand people have listened to this secret recording.
Sorry, maybe do you mean the Boomerang website?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it'll be same everywhere. They'll just change it because it's a smart contract they have to change on. So he will just change the smart contract on Boomerang site, and no matter where you're buying a license, it'll be the same deal then. Because he can't do 2 separate websites. Yeah,
that's what I was asking. That's what I was curious of. Because obviously, if you remember that time when Shavez said that Pavo has done, $40 million worth of deals with the trading houses. Mm-hmm. Obviously they're expecting it under one format. And I was just wondering whether it'll change for them as well. If it's going to be the same for everybody.
Yes. Same for everybody. If we change it, he's changed it for everyone. Yes. Because if he's put because it's a smart contract, isn't it? So he has to change, because then it'd be automated. My understanding is that we now do nothing. That's what my understanding is. Obviously, we'll find out when the bot is launched how we do nothing. They just smart contract on the website. I just get to see my flash loan of, 30 million odd, and I see I'll make 300,000. And he keeps going till I make 300,000.
Yeah,
for example.
Of course, that's it. And obviously, the other question which you heard, which was asked of you on Sunday anyway, is it'd be interesting to see at what speed the bot is going to work, because if you're doing, if you're doing $100,000 of trades twice a day,
I don't know if you can actually hear that, can you?
Isn't it?
I wouldn't be surprised you can't hear that, unfortunately. I hope not, but I hope you could. I don't think you could actually, so sorry about that. But if you would like to, I'm going to leave now, but I put in the chat room, you can find this top secret recording, Lucky Leadership Meeting. This was given to us by a whistleblower. It was a whole meeting that wasn't for the public. And it basically, if you listen to this, it fully exposes them as the organization they are. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Sorry, you might not have heard that. I'm just thinking I had to reboot this to get the sound out of it, and I had to restart it up, and I didn't do it, so you probably didn't hear that. But what I will do just before we go, I'm just going to I'm going to stop the screen share, present that, and I just want you to get a feel of the session room anyway.
Yeah,
Hopefully
so
you-
that's something we.
now you can hear it, right?
I think there is bot. I think DJ, you guys are trialing, right? Go on, next share. So DJ and Pankaj has been trialing a bot. How long does it take? Tell us just an idea.
You see, the bot that we had actually, it's a bit different because there we were not looking at the entire spectrum of market opportunities. We were looking at.
So this is breathtaking stuff. They had someone who managed to build a bot overnight, and Shavez was going to use it. Are you guys using that bot? Is this the screen where you click on the button and it goes away and does something? Somebody wrote that. Just it was some backyard code overnight. Come on, guys, wake up to this if you still believe it. But ask us questions. Put questions in the chat room. You know, we've got a lot of people that have lost a lot of money to the scam, and we don't want it to continue. But I think Rob had some valid points there, and it would be fair to say that he has, in my opinion, cracked the enigma of what they're about to do. So we can only wait to another exciting week. Remember, we're 84, maybe 85 days from launching. And as I'm doing this video, it's 2 days. It's probably, let me think about this, 2 days. So it's Friday. He said 2 days on Wednesday morning. It is 8:52 p.m. So it's actually 2.5 days since he claimed that it would just start working. So we're already half a day over another predicted release or launch, whatever you want to call it, and it hasn't actually happened. So that's me. As I say, has Rob Woolley actually cracked the enigma? Are they actually about to launch a Ponzi scheme and claim that they have to hide the code on the blockchain so their competitors do not see what they have done? And if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, that makes perfect sense because we have been watching the blockchain. We have been watching every single transaction and we have been pulling the shots. We, me, and the Avengers are the ones that have blown this opportunity that everyone thinks could be real arbitrage trading out of the water by just simply looking at the blockchain and watching what these idiots are doing. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next live. I will be live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. New Zealand Central Time. If you want to figure out what time that is and you have been loyally listening here, it is now nearly 9 o'clock at night in New Zealand on Friday. I live in the future. Remember, you're going to get your updates here first. See you in the next live.